What's going on, guys? Rob Reese here from Wealth with Rob. I am so super excited. Today we have a very special interview with Michael Cheney. And if you don't know who he is, he's a seven-figure online marketer, and it is certainly a pleasure of mine to be able to land such an interview like this. We're going to get started here in just a second. We're going to pop him in on the screen, say what's going on, and get into the interview. If you guys would do me a favor, though, is like, share, and comment on this. I'd really appreciate that. So let's go ahead and get started. Michael, how's it going?
Going well, dude. How's things?
Things are absolutely incredible. I'm actually just super excited for this week to get going. Today is Monday. I used to hate Mondays now because of a shift in things. I absolutely love waking up on Mondays and getting my business going. I know that you're limited on time, and I really appreciate you taking the time out of your busy schedule to sit down and speak with me. But a lot of people may not know who you are that are on my contacts list, and I wanted to just give them a little bit of a background as to who you are. First and foremost, how long have you been doing this business, and what got you in the business in the first place?
Okay, so the short version is I've been doing this for about 17 years full time. I built my first website in 1994, and as soon as I first saw the internet, like the World Wide Web, I just knew I wanted to work in it. I didn't really understand what it was. Like, I even was exposed to the internet pre-Netscape, and before browsers existed, I was playing around on the internet. So I've always wanted to be involved in it. But yeah, I went kind of full time on it around the year 2000, quit my job. And initially I was doing SEO stuff for local companies. I was traveling around door to door, basically doing consultancy for local companies, showing them how to get ranked in search engines in about the year 2000. And then I realized that the skills that I'd got could be used to actually develop my own online business and start selling the knowledge I had to the masses for a lower price rather than going to individuals and charging thousands. So I basically hit a glass ceiling with my consultancy business and thought, it's growing too fast. I don't like the way it's going. I'm doing this for a lifestyle. Let me start selling this digitally so that I can, stay at home and be flexible with my hours. So that's kind of that's how I all got started, I guess.
Excellent. So if people don't know, you're in the MMO business, make money online business. Internet marketing is also known as. You've been doing it for almost 20 years, it sounds like, since 2000. What was it like in the beginning when you first got into this business and transitioning from the normal, I guess, 9 to 5 into the make money online business?
Yeah, I mean, it was definitely a risk making that jump. I left behind a very well-paid job. I was working for ExxonMobil. It was one of the kind of flagship graduate programs that was offered to students after university, and I was lucky to get a spot there. But I just hated the job. I did it for the 2 years. It was the first and last ever job that I had, and yeah, I just bailed out. And it was weird. About 10 years or so after I'd made that jump, I found an old pay slip from that job. And in my mind, that job was so bad that I was certain that I was just getting paid, very little money. I thought, oh yeah, I must have walked away from it. And I looked at the paycheck. I was like, wow, that was quite a good amount of money that I walked away from. I was so drawn to being my own boss, to working from home, being flexible, with time that I had to make that jump. It was actually my dad that told me. My dad is like ultra conservative. If there's an element of risk in anything, he will say not to do it. But he was like, no, you should do this. You only live once. You've obviously got the entrepreneurial gene. Just go for it. And that to me was the tipping point. I was like, well, if he's saying it's a go, then I'm gonna do it. So I made the shift. But back then, I mean, internet marketing landscape was totally different. I mean, you could probably fit every internet marketer who was around then into the room that you're talking to me from. It was, I mean, literally, there was less than 10 guys that you knew. There was like Corey Rudel, there was John Reese, Jim Daniels. You know, there was just a handful of people that were just known, and everybody else just didn't exist back then, or they were like me and they were just getting into it, or in some cases they hadn't even been born yet, or you know, they were still in high school or kindergarten or whatever. You know, because this is a long, long time ago. So yeah, it was the industry was in its infancy, and nobody apart from these top level guys really knew what on earth was going on. And I was one of them when I first started out.
You know, you've been in this business for almost 20 years, and everybody obviously has a beginning in this business, and it's quite difficult in the initial portion of the business to get started and get ramped up. What would you say, what was the biggest balance act that you had to manage when starting out your business, and how much time did you actually have to invest initially in order to get to the point that you're at now?
I mean, the biggest kind of lesson that I learned. I mean, it's fairly well known from those people that do know me that I did this for 2 years straight with a full-time job. So I was working 9 to 5. And then on a lunchtime, I would run home from the job to spend 20 minutes in front of the computer at lunchtime to try and crack internet marketing. And then I would spend 6 p.m. till midnight, Monday through Friday, and all day, every weekend, trying to crack internet marketing. I did that for 2 years straight, and I didn't make a single penny during that time. And I think that's the mistake a lot of people fall victim to, is they try and do it on their own. They think, well, I'm not stupid. I can work this out. I'm going to try and reverse engineer what's happening here, and I'm going to piece together my own version of this, or I'm going to come up with a radically new way of doing it. I mean, I remember when I started, I was looking at these long sales letters, and I was like, oh God, I don't like those. I'm going to do something different. Right? And different doesn't work, right? Different does not work. You don't want to be a pioneer with arrows in your back. You want to be going where people have already established a proven route through the jungle, so that you're not going through that wilderness yourself, that you're following a route that's already been carved out. So that was the biggest lesson, and it cost me a lot of time, cost me my health and friends, and I lost a lot of stuff during those 2 years just trying to do it all on my own. It was really only when I started reaching out to people, investing in stuff, getting to events, buying programs, like high ticket programs where the real knowledge is. That's really only when I started to break through. And I think you can associate that with that yourself, because I've seen that your rise has been pretty dramatic since you've taken the same step yourself.
I got into knowing who you were from a product that you launched late last year called Commission Cartel, and it was a great product. I knew that this was going to help me. It was one of the front-end products that you offer, and it did incredible wonders. But then, like you said, I wanted to take it serious, so I then made the jump in on the trip to Scotland, which was amazing, by the way, which enabled me to become a 7-figure franchisee. I know that a lot of people do not ever make money online. It's some crazy number, like 90% of people who venture in on this don't make money online. What would you say are some of the traits or some of the things that people can really consider before they make the jump to becoming an online entrepreneur with digital marketing, make money online? What are some of these traits that you notice across the board with people who are actually successful in this business?
There's just one, really, and it's just that you never ever give up. It's as simple as that. You never ever quit. We all have knockbacks. I mean, I've lost all my money multiple times. Back in the day. I've had Google wipe stuff out, been taken down, servers falling. I mean, you name it, it happens all the time. It's just part of doing business. And as a business owner, as an entrepreneur, you need to have a thick skin. You need to get up when you get knocked down. And as long as you get up one more time than you get knocked down, you're good to go. But, if you're coming in, like many people do, either wide-eyed and expecting overnight riches, or money for doing nothing, or you're just like up to the eyeballs in debt already, and you can't even sleep at night because you're so stressed. It's definitely, internet is not the answer. I mean, almost on a daily basis, I will email people, say, do not buy my stuff. They'll say, oh, I want to get out of debt, can I buy your product? I'm like, no, do not buy it. Get offline, get off the internet. If you are like, stressed out to the max, tens of thousands of dollars in debt, and you're turning to the internet to try and turn a quick profit within the next few weeks or month, it's unrealistic. It's building a business at the end of the day. It's quicker and easier than building a conventional business, definitely, but it is still building a business. So, people need to have that, that mindset of, I'm in this for the long term. I'm going to do whatever it takes. I'm going to take action, right? It's like people see you and they're like, oh God, how have you made thousands and thousands of dollars with this thing, dude? And that's, you've been putting the effort, you've been putting the miles in, do you know what I mean? You've established contacts, you're adding value, you're doing, live things like this. You're getting busy and you're doing the right stuff. But so you need that, but you also need that shortcut as well, because there are people out there that are like, well, I'm working, really hard at this, but they're working all over. They're trying to learn all this different stuff. Whereas if you can focus your effort just on one thing and get rewarded just for doing that, you get better and better at doing that one thing, right? And if you keep getting rewarded at it, you're going to do it more and more and more. So most people are trying to do all these different things in internet marketing, SEO, link building, Facebook Lives and YouTube and product creation and they're trying to learn all this stuff. And as a result, they're not learning anything. They're learning a little bit about everything. And as a result, they're not providing any value to the marketplace, and they can't exchange that for money. So they're not making any money. But if you zero in on one thing, if you say, well, look, all I need to do is drive traffic and, let me just focus on that and I'm going to get paid, then that's when you start getting results, when you can get focused like that and zero in on one thing.
Yeah, that brings me to the transition into the seven-figure franchise, because you've really made it very simple and easy for somebody who's brand new to become a franchise business owner, not simply making a couple of dollars here and a couple of dollars there. You've really set up an entire system that will enable people to build a real online business with significant potential income-wise. I know that you mentioned that sometimes you just have to bite the bullet and make a larger investment. People can try to buy a McDonald's and franchise it, and it's going to cost them so much money for pretty much the same potential that you can get with the seven-figure franchise system. If you can explain a little bit about what the seven-figure franchise is, what people will get if they pick it up, and if they're interested, at the end, I'm certainly more than happy to provide them a link with more details. But let the audience know what's available for them should they decide to become a seven-figure franchisee.
Right. So yeah, basically this program, the seven-figure franchise, it was born out of the frustration from the market and frustration on my part of seeing people not take action and not get results. I mean, I've been releasing training programs, as you know, for many, many years now. And there's always people that go through them and get results, but there's always a lot of people that don't go through them. They buy them with all the best intentions, but they just leave them on the hard drive. So for the longest time, I've been thinking, what can I do to make it so easy for somebody to make money that literally everybody could do this? Like I could literally take a guy off the street and get him to go through these simple steps, and he will make money. As long as he follows the steps, he will make money. And for the longest time, I've been trying to come up with this, and that's what the seven-figure franchise is. Seven-figure franchise is. So basically, you're getting to franchise my entire business that makes over $1 million a year. So you get 100% commissions on all my products. So every single product on upsell, you get 100% commissions. You get $1,000 commissions on back-end sales that I make. You get access to all my products, digital products that I've offered for free. And you get access to all the affiliate promotions that I've ever written also for free that you can copy and paste and make money from. Plus, of course, you get access to recordings of that event that we did in Edinburgh over a weekend as well. And we also help you drive traffic. We have a traffic expert who spends an hour driving traffic for you, and we've got free traffic methods that you can use inside to make money from this. And very simply, we boiled it all down to a very simple process. One, you get the link, the special link. Number two, you drive traffic to the link. Number three, you get paid. Okay, that is it. Now, when you send traffic into that link, it opts people into a list. They are hard-coded with your affiliate link, which means whenever they buy anything, you get paid 100%. And they get promoted to, over 8 weeks, 3 emails a day promoting all our different products. And whenever they buy any of them, you get paid 100%. And if they buy the back-end products, you get paid $1,000. So you're literally just dropping a person in here. They are yours throughout this entire funnel. Whenever they buy anything out of all these different products, you get paid 100% and $1,000 on the back-end sales. So it is the easiest way possible to generate income on the internet. And as you've seen yourself, you've made several $1,000s. We've had guys making $10,000, and not people that are well known either. Yeah, we've had big guys that are jumping on it because they recognize the opportunity as well. But we've had no-name people, literally there was one woman, Katrina. She came on. I think she sent 5 clicks. She made $1,000 commission on the strength of that. I don't think she'd made a commission before, and she'd suddenly made $1,000. Because all of this stuff is set up. So it's a great program. People are getting results. We're loving delivering it. We're loving the testimonials that are coming in, and it's finally removed all the hurdles and the roadblocks for people from being able to make money online, because you don't need to do anything apart from send a little bit of traffic, which we show you how to do.
It's really an incredible opportunity. I got my start in internet marketing about 6 months ago, really not too serious about it. I was introduced to make money online through your product, and by the time January of this year had come around, I'm like, I need to make that jump. I jumped in on the 7-figure franchise. I put in the work. I did the trainings. And within a week's time, I was able to generate $8,000 of sales and pull in for about $4,000 in commissions. And since then, I've been able to pull in a lot more, applying what you have taught to other promotions that I've been selling, which is far, far better to be able to duplicate that for multiple different offers than simply one single offer. The information that Michael Cheney provides, guys, is absolutely incredible. I know that you're running low on time. We're running about the end of the show here. I had somebody comment on here saying, what words of wisdom would you give for a newbie starting out?
Words of wisdom for a newbie. I guess it's, just mirroring what I've said before. So never give up, definitely would be one of them. I think another one is have an end goal in mind. Have a target, right? Actually write down a goal, a financial goal of what you want to hit this year, right? That is a big driving force. And once you've got that, you're going to then be able to move towards it. But with just coming online and saying, I want to make money online, it's not going to happen. Get that target of, I want to make this amount of money by the end of 2017, right? Have that target in mind. I mean, literally this month already, we've paid out, I think, $80,000 in April. Already we've paid out $80,000 to 7-figure franchisees in commissions. And obviously it was just the 17th of April right now. So, it's a crazy amount of money that people are making on this. But as I say, if you're just starting out as a newbie, you need to have that mentality. You're not going to quit. You're going to step up, but you're going to have that goal in mind of what you want to hit, whether it's that $1,000 a month extra or $2,000, or you want to generate, $50K or $100K this year, whatever it might be. Write that down, because that's going to drive you forward. So when you're making your decisions about what to invest in or what to do or what to focus on or what not to focus on, you can look at that and say, well, is this going to get me closer or is it going to get me further away to what I'm trying to do?
Before we go, and thank you so much, Michael, for doing this with me. I really, really appreciate it. It means a lot to me. You had mentioned that there's this guy who you follow named Ben Settles, and in the past and still now he's known for some of the best copywriting in the business. And you had suggested a couple of his books, one of them being Persuasion Secrets. Let's see if I can get that in the frame here, of the world's most charismatic and influential villains. And then for copywriting, Copywriter's Crib Sheet. These things are absolutely incredible. They've been able to help me so much on top of what you were already teaching in the seven-figure franchise. They're cheap books that you can get on Amazon. I highly suggest them. Do you have one last suggestion of maybe a book that somebody can pick up for just internet marketing as a whole, kind of how it works?
I've never seen a book that kind of summarizes all that. I mean, the book that's changed my life the most, that I always recommend to people, I'll see if I can see it here in the bookshelf. I can't actually pick it out. Is the 7 Strategies for Wealth and Happiness from Jim Rohn. It's not an internet marketing book. It's just it's like a personal development book. But I make a habit of reading that book once a year. And if there was any one book I was going to put my success down to, it would certainly be that one. So I'd recommend people get hold of that as well.
Awesome. Well, Michael, thank you so much for joining me today. I know you got to get back to what you're doing. Continue building that business, man. We're following you. We love what you're doing, and we support you. And if anybody is interested in the 7-figure franchise, please get with me. Either private message me or comment in the comments section below. But until next time, take it easy, guys. This is Rob Reese with Wealth with Rob. And thanks again, Michael. Have a great day.
Yeah. All the best. Speak soon.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
All right, we are off of live. Thanks a lot, Michael. I really appreciate that. That was excellent. I really enjoyed that. But take it easy, man. I'm really super encouraged by everything that I've been able to get from you, and I continue to learn more and more, doing more and more of the trainings, and I hope that by the end of this year I get to my target, and I'm certainly working to get there.
Cool. No, good stuff. I'm sure you'll hit it, dude.
All right, man. Take it easy.
All right. Speak soon.
Bye-bye.
Peace. Bye.